G'day there guys, greatest achievement in life still hasn't happened yet, but hurry up God. Back at it again with another episode of r/am I the a-hole. Now, if you love today's content, I want you to sit back, relax, chuck a prawn on the barbie, a like on this video, and tell me what you think of it down in the comments. Posted by user PhillyM96. Titled, Am I the a-hole for calling my colleagues jealous after they continuously mocked me for having hairy armpits? Hello. So, quite a short one really. I, 24 female, have been lazy with shaving recently. I'm quite fair-skinned and blonde hair. My body is quite fine. It's got a bit more noticeable as it gets longer, maybe like 2 centimeters now under my armpits, and 1 centimeter on my legs. I don't really care about it. I probably will shave it soon, as it's getting a bit too long for my liking, but my boyfriend doesn't care about it. He's ridiculously hairy, and the worst he does is tease me when I get a little snail trail, because he never actually knew women got them. In my job, we have to get changed out of our uniform into our civvies before leaving work. I was in the changing room, and one of the other girls spotted my armpit hair. Since then, she and other girls have been making comments about how nice it must be to not worry about gender pressure, being girly, or how they just couldn't do it because they'd feel too self-conscious. Each to their own in that. It didn't bother me at first, until I walked in on the main girl chatting about how unhygienic and disgusting it is, and she's surprised my boyfriend doesn't say anything to me about it. So I said, "You're just jealous that my boyfriend doesn't care, and the guys you date are that shallow that something as natural as body hair would put them off you." She's now spreading that I'm a massive tramp. Am I the a-hole? I get that it could be coming from a place of insecurity, that they're not comfortable with their own bodies, and when they see you being comfortable with something they're not comfortable with, they gotta project that onto you. So that's definitely a likely scenario in this one, and also just ganging up. No one wants to have that opposite opinion because then they're gonna get ganged up on as well, so it's just a snowball effect. It's not a nice one. They're spreading rumors about you, which isn't nice. You pointing out their jealousy was fine to do. I don't think that makes you an a-hole. So I'm gonna go with not the a-hole. You handled it well. As an aside, you definitely do not mean snail trail. You mean treasure trail. A snail trail is something very, very different. ETA, unless there is some different kind of snail trail of which I'm not aware that pertains to underarms. I hope. Oh god. I only know of 2 types of snail trails. The little bugs with the shell and, yeah, the other thing you're thinking. I can't imagine what a snail trail is referring to when it comes to body hair. Not the a-hole. She was being rude and just blatantly false. It's not unhygienic in the slightest, and honestly, she's either willfully ignorant about her own body functions, or is jealous that people she dates think it's unhygienic. She has bragged in the past that she had laser on her pubic region, so she never has to shave that again. It's fair enough if she wants to shave, but saying it's unhygienic and crapping on you for not doing it is appalling behavior, and if she's making the workplace hostile, I'd consider talking to HR about it. Not the a-hole. Does she only think it's unhygienic on women? Just ignore her and do what you want. Thank you. Why does it automatically become unhygienic when it's on a woman? We'll never get tired of the irony of men who make this claim while sitting there with 5 times more body hair themselves, which is obviously not the case with OP. Posted by user Throwaway Do Not Judge. Titled, Am I the a-hole for removing an expensive white rug from the room when a friend came to visit with her toddler? So for context, I like kids, I just don't trust them. To me, they're a ticking time bomb for a mess. I've never had any of my own, so my experience is limited. I was expecting my friend who lives out of town to come over for a quick visit as she was passing through with her husband. As soon as they arrived, I greeted them and said hello to the new member of their family. Initially, greetings went well, and the kid, who was 10 months old, had a candy bar in his hand and all over his face. No big deal, kids are messy. Seeing this, I said something along the lines of, "Whoops, better get this out of the way," in a happy voice to the kid, and I moved my coffee table and rolled up my rug and set it in the other room. When I returned to offer my guests some juice or coffee, Then my friend was visibly upset and asked why I thought they wouldn't be mindful of the rug. I straight up told them I didn't want accidental candy or drool on my rug, as I don't think it will clean up easily. I explained that I got the rug in my travels in South America, and the likelihood of getting another like it, should anything happen to this one, is next to impossible. The husband took it well, but my friend glared at me, asking if I thought that she can't keep control of her kid. She said I was being a snob and dramatic with my expensive items. She pointed to my white custom-made couch that I did remember to put a sheet over prior to their arrival, just in case the kid wanted to sit there. Now, I just chalked this attitude up to her being tired after a long drive and sensitive of any critique of her being a new mother, so I did my best to keep the situation from getting any more awkward. I pointed out that we now have an open and clear area for the kid to play, in which should make for an easier visit. She wasn't having any of it. She was very curt for the entire short visit in my home, and kept her kid nearby, and constantly interrupting our talks to attend to him, trying to get away from her. I guess she didn't want to let him roam around a little out of principle, and he wanted to explore. I understood that she was resentful of my actions, and after they left, I kinda sat there for a bit, wondering if I came off snobbish or insulting. I tried to put myself in her shoes, and I thought I would be grateful to have less things to worry about being damaged by my toddler, and a free space being made for him to roam if I was visiting someone, but perhaps I'm missing something here. So, here I am, folks. Am I the a-hole for protecting my items from a baby? I can't see why you would be it. I can see why you're trying to see why she should be grateful, but I can't really see why she is so resentful. You're doing everything to accommodate her, and she is gonna blow up in your face like this. That's just really stupid and childish of the mother to be doing. I don't understand her actions, and I don't respect that. She's just ruining the event for everyone. So, you're not the a-hole. Not the a-hole. If it were my kid, I would be grateful for you for covering up and removing expensive items so I could sit back a little and relax a little. There really is no full-on sit back and relax when you're minding a 10-month-old. I suspect something else is going on with your friend, and you just bore the brunt of misdirected frustrations. Absolutely this. Mine is 28 years old now, and back in the day, I would have loved it if friends had made a clear, safe place for her to play, so I could have at least a few minutes to relax just a tiny bit. Kids are messy and curious, and white is so unforgiving. They don't really mix. Not the a-hole. Not the a-hole, and the same friend would have called OP an a-hole if she had to pay to professionally clean or replace something that her kid ruined, because OP didn't think ahead. With people like this, there is no winning. Not the a-hole. 1. It's your rug. 2. 10 months old are not 100% controllable, not by your friends, not by Nanny Joe, not by Mary Poppins. 3. Somebody who self-assigns the task of minding 100% of their toddler's time to the point that accidents cannot happen is either lying to themselves or controlling their child to an unhealthy degree for both them and the child. 4. A 10-month-old who stains the rug, even on accident, does not yet have the cognitive ability to learn the lesson of what they did wrong. There is no way to constructively discipline here, not yet. All downside, no upside. And 5, removing the rug gives the parents one less thing to worry about and allows the child a bit more freedom to explore. However, new parents, especially with their first child, sometimes think points 2 and 4 are not true, and then take 5 as an insult, not help. And a few months ago, my husband took 4 minutes to take a poop, and our 18-month daughter somehow found a Sharpie and scribbled on our brand new couch. If I showed up with her to a friend's house and they had white furniture, I would be relieved if they protected it and put it away. Having to stare at your child's every single move makes socializing very hard and not fun, especially if they're eating a snack. Posted by user Hella Helheim. Titled, Would I be the a-hole if I send my parents to jail? My, 29 female, parents have always been in financial trouble, something that I've never been able to understand because they both have a really generous salary, more than 3 times my own. Because of these financial troubles, my aunt, uncles, and grandma have over the years had to lend them money. We were evicted a couple of times, that I know. We have had the water, the electricity, and the internet cut. Many things over the years, I admit, have affected my emotional and mental health. All of this has made my relationship with my parents very difficult over the years. More so when they would take advantage of me, making me pay for many things with the money that I earned, working during the holidays to pay for college, or making me call my grandma to ask her for money. All of it while my mum used to spend money whenever she could on purses or jewelry. In the moment I became an adult, because they started to sign on the bills under my name without my permission, mostly because their credit was so bad that the companies wouldn't allow them to sign with their own names. When I figured it out, I asked them to stop, but they just lied about it, and I just let it go because I couldn't deal with it. Fast forward to the present, and because of the Rona situation, I was looking forward to the money from my income tax return, because my salary has gone down, so this money would have helped a lot. Instead, I received a letter from the courthouse saying that the money has been confiscated. I immediately phoned my mum, and she said that she didn't know anything about it, but she will fix it. Since I don't trust her at all, I called the court myself, and then they explained to me that during the last year, there's been a process against me by a company that I owe money from unpaid bills. All the paper had been sent to my parents, and they had signed and taken them. The debt was not paid with the money from the tax income, so part of my salary from now on will be confiscated too until it's fully paid. So my parents stole my identity to contract a bill under my name, didn't pay for it, and when the company claimed that debt through lawyers and a judge, they kept all the papers from me, which is also illegal, apparently waiting for it all to be fixed by itself. My mother said that it was her right to put it under my name because I am her daughter and it is my duty to help with the family burdens. Since then, and after really nasty words from her side and my sisters, who says that I'm ungrateful and selfish, I haven't spoken to them, and I'm in the middle of a global pandemic with my salary already low, paying for a debt that is not mine. My friends and boyfriends say that I should talk with the police and stop all of this because otherwise they will keep doing it, and I'm afraid they will. So would I be the a-hole if I go to speak to the court, even if it means that my parents, 70 and 63, could go to jail? Look, OP, it's one of those hard things that you're going to have to do. It's a situation no one wants to be in, and it's something that you're going to have to just bite the bullet and report them for it. You would rather them go to jail than them sink your life into a deeper hellhole than it's already in. This year has been bad enough. To have them destroy your financial security even further and then have everyone gaslight you for it, that's simply unacceptable. You just have to get to the police, just talk to them, tell them what's happening, show them the proof, and just take them to court and get that wiped off your history. They're 70 and 63, they can go spend time in jail, that's fine. They've had a long life. It's time for them to pay for their sins, I say. OP, not the a-hole. Not the a-hole a million times over. Take their butts to court. In the meantime, freeze your credits. Also, your parents failed you. You deserved and still deserve better. OP, you aren't sending your parents to jail, they're sending themselves for being bad people, period. Not the a-hole for sending 2 people guilty of fraud to jail. They made their choices and have rationalized it. You've suffered for it, and will likely continue to suffer for it since you don't really know the extent. Your sister has likely been victimized too, but they have been convinced that fraud is normal because it's family. BS. Get a lawyer. The extent of it is what worries me. They've basically ruined OP's credit. Who knows what other loans they've fraudulently co-signed her on, going through the only way for her to clear her name. No real other choice. Right? There is no way yet to know what else they've done and hidden. Anything OP goes to do now is doomed to fail if they don't hold the parents accountable. So sad. And it's pretty likely that they won't stop if OP doesn't report them, but they will continue to use OP's identity to create more deaths. Yup, they will. They're not even embarrassed about it. People this brazen and desperate will just keep on keeping on, despite the cost to others. Not the a-hole, this is identity theft. It's going to affect your credit, your ability to obtain certain kinds of work, rental housing, mortgages, student and other loans, etc. for a very long time. The longer you let them emotionally blackmail you into not dealing with this, the longer you postpone your financial stability and security. The odds are very low that your parents will get jail time. You will be dealing with this for years and years to come. The sooner you start coping with it directly, the sooner things will begin to be straightened out. I am so sorry that this happened. Posted by user Rafi7, titled, Am I the a-hole for not telling my girlfriend I speak Russian, her native language? My girlfriend is from Russia, and I self-taught myself Russian, and I later lived in Ukraine for a bit, so I basically speak almost perfect Russian. I started dating Diana 4 weeks ago. The relationship was pretty good, and I never felt the need to speak to her in Russian, as her English is good, and I figured that if she doesn't know I know Russian, perhaps I can see if she's actually loyal, or if she'll talk crap about me, etc. We broke up when I found out she was cheating on me. I found out when she was at my place talking on the phone to a friend, and how she explained that she screwed another guy twice when I was gone, and she was lonely, and how she feels she made a mistake. I said in Russian, "You're damn right you made a mistake, and you can get out of my apartment now." She's completely shocked, and is asking me how I know Russian and what the hell. She's cursing me out, saying I'm such an a-hole for violating her privacy by not telling her I know Russian and being able to understand her private conversations. I told her she has to leave or she will be forcibly removed. I got a barrage of texts and calls from other mutual friends saying that I'm such an a-hole for not telling her that I speak Russian and how much personal crap I've overheard. I told them they're a bunch of stupid expletives for thinking that I'm the bad one in the relationship when she cheated on me, and that fact proves I was right to not tell her that I speak Russian to find this out. I'm gonna go with, everyone sucks here, but it's leaning on not the a-hole. Yes, he didn't tell her. Yes, he was testing her. I know that's a wrong thing to do, but look where it landed him, I guess. She was cheating. I guess the means justified the ends in this one, even though it's not morally right. If he had his suspicions, I would say he was green flagged to keep that fact hidden, because he probably knew that this day was coming. If he told her that he knew Russian while he had these suspicions of her cheating, it would be very hard to prove that she was cheating, and it would have just dragged out for a long time. I know which one I would prefer. I still think OP is the a-hole as well, so it's an everyone sucks here, but I'm with OP on this one. FFS. Everyone sucks here. Your relationship started and ended with deception. What could go wrong? I don't agree with your judgment, but upvote for an accuracy of comment. He specifically said he didn't tell her so he could make sure that she doesn't cheat and talk behind his back, i.e., he was expecting her to potentially be unfaithful from the start. What is the basis for that relationship? I know Reddit hates cheaters, so I'll probably catch some downvotes for this, but if OP is constantly finding themselves with unfaithful partners, the common element in those failed relationships is OP. If every person they date feels the need for other partners, this kind of paints OP as a not great partner, which doesn't justify cheating of course, but if OP wants to get out of the cycle, they need to change something. Edit. Subsequent comments brought up that he may just be picking badly, and the thought occurred to me. I wonder if OP is the other guy in all of these relationships. I've seen lots of people on Reddit who cheat with other people's significant others, and then are somehow mystified that those same people would then cheat on them later on. For your specific question, you're the a-hole, especially since you wrote, I figured that if she doesn't know I know Russian, perhaps I can see if she's actually loyal or if she'll talk crap about me. Your girlfriend is also an a-hole for cheating on you, but that's irrelevant here. I don't think it's irrelevant. I think that's why everyone sucks here. Because why would you start a relationship with someone you already suspect will cheat on you? At that point, you're behaving an a-hole to yourself. Find someone that you can trust so you don't need to go on to stupid lengths like feigning ignorance of a language to feel secure in your relationship. This honestly sounds like a badly written sitcom side plot. He didn't suspect her of it. You don't know a person that you start a relationship with, and he had known her for 4 weeks. Sometimes it's good to have your back when you're going into a new relationship and dating so that these situations do not happen. I wanted to give you a not the a-hole for a good bit of your story, but in the end, that would be a lie. Yes, you're the a-hole, not because you didn't tell her up front that you speak Russian, but because you did so specifically so you could use it against her. That isn't really a great foundation to build a relationship on. It sucks that you caught her cheating and not just talking crap about you, but the relationship wasn't going to go very far with you on the lookout for problems anyway. Alright guys, that's where I'm going to end today's video. I really do hope you enjoyed it, and maybe even learned something that you didn't know before. If you haven't already, please do feel free to click that like button, as it really does help me in the YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't already and you love today's video, please feel free to subscribe. I would love it a lot. Also, big shout out to all my Patreon members and channel subscribers. You guys are all up on the screen right now. I love you. I love your faces. Also, I love seeing you guys all chatting down below in the comments. It brightens my day to see the stories that you guys share and just the kind words you guys always have for my videos, as well as everyone else in the videos. I love you too. But honestly, your ongoing support means the world to me, and I just love it so much that you guys are able to support a career for myself that I invest so much time into. And you guys honestly motivate me to work harder each and every day to put more love into the videos for you guys. If you guys have watched this far in the video and you haven't already subscribed on Patreon or become a channel member, that's cool, you don't have to, but there are links down below. You can donate any amount of money, pledge that any month, cancel whenever. I'm completely cool with it. It's just there for you to support me if you'd like to go the extra mile. And I'll go the extra mile for you guys by putting out new amazing content every single day. With that said guys, I really hope you have a good day, night, sleep, bath, time at work, whatever you're up to today. This has been Markee. I'll see you in the next amazing video. Bye.